I'm Gareth Kane and welcome to Ask Gareth. The idea here is always very simple. You ask me questions about sustainability or corporate social responsibility and I answer them. The clue is in the name. And the question this time comes from Ramon Arratia of Interface, and Ramon asks, Dear Gareth, what is the role of bio versus recycled material in the circular economy? Good question, and obviously a lot of people are talking at the minute about the circular economy. What is it? Basically, it's the idea that we should copy the way that nature continuously cycles materials, the water cycle, the oxygen cycle, the carbon cycle, etc., etc. Nature's been sustainable for the last billion years or so, so it's a pretty good model to follow. However, if we want to do it, there's three important things we've got to get our heads around. First of all, no downcycling. Because a lot of what we currently call recycling is taking materials that have been used and producing a lower grade of material out of them than their original use. So we will take various types of plastics, mix them together, make a park bench or bollards, etc., etc., and say, aren't we great? That didn't go to landfill. However, you still need to add raw materials into the start of the process to produce the food packaging or plastic bottles, whatever it was, where the plastics are coming from. So it's not quite so much a circular economy as a downward spiral. It might be better than the current linear economy, but not by much. It's not a circular economy. In a circular economy, you take plastic food grade bottles and you recycle them back into food grade plastic bottles. Okay, point number 2 is there is a difference between mineral materials and biomaterials, as Ramon suggests. Now, the sort of mineral materials like plastics, metals, oils, etc., we call those, the jargon is a technical nutrient, because in the same way as a nutrient in nature feeds a process, you see these materials feeding the economy and you cycle them continuously. Some biomaterials in the circular economy will be recycled, like recycled paper, but others we actually use nature to produce a crop, then we use it and then we compost it to return materials back into the soil, so that cycle goes again. And this becomes a bit more problematic because it takes land to do it. And already we're seeing, the limits of food production and biomaterial production starting to really encroach on natural habitats, in particular tropical rainforest. And if you destroy the rainforest, you're not only threatening biodiversity and the oxygen cycle, but you're also exacerbating climate change through releasing carbon from the soil, etc., etc. So that's not really the point. So we have to be very, very careful. Okay, thirdly, to create a circular economy, demand is king. You see, so many people, so many policymakers haven't quite got their head around the difference between the circular economy and waste management. This is not about keeping material out of landfill. It is in fact about producing a stream of high quality, competitively priced materials to feed the economy in the first place. And that takes quite a different mindset. You have to think product, not waste. Because just increasing recycling targets means you're desperately trying to push any material into the end of the loop, and there's no pull dragging it back out again. If you create demand for secondary materials, then you will get a much better quality product, you get the volumes you need, and you get the price you want because economies of scale come to bear. Now, of course, the problem there again is if you're looking at crop-based material, that demand can lead to increased land use for human needs, which will impact on natural needs and other natural systems, as I've said before. So where does that leave us all on Ramon's original question? Okay, the triple bottom line here is, I'm going to give you some circular economy rules of thumb this time. Recycling good, downcycling bad, use crops with caution, and think product, not waste. Okay, Ramon, I hope that goes some way to answer your question. It's a bit simplistic, but we only have a few minutes here to cover it. And of course, there's a huge amount of debate academically, policy-wise, etc. going on in the background. If you have any comments on what I've said today, then please do add them into the comments section below the video. I like nothing more than feedback, questions, queries, people who disagree with me. I welcome you all. If you think somebody else would find this useful, then please do share it with them, and obviously through your social networks. And if you want more of this sort of advice, then please go to www.terrainfirma.co.uk and subscribe to the Low Carbon Agenda. That's my monthly newsletter, which is full of all sorts of information and every future episode of Ask Gareth. And remember, whether you're making tiny improvements in the environmental performance of your business or facilitating massive step changes towards sustainability, it all counts. You're making the world a better place and you should be proud of that. Till next time, goodbye.